The first steps in a composition are finding an idea that you're happy with playing with and something that you really can see a life in, that you can see development and an idea that really grasps you. It was fantastic to receive the commission for Music in the Round because I had come into contact with them a few years before and heard a concert and was really inspired by the performers. So this commission was really exciting. Especially having 4 soloists and a chamber orchestra. That's something that I had never really thought about doing before, and a very challenging project, but really interesting and satisfying as well. I knew that the chamber orchestra would either be a youth orchestra or an amateur orchestra, and it's ended up being a combined forces of the two. For the soloists, I knew that Music in the Round wanted horn to be one of the solo instruments, but the other 3 instruments were up to me. So I've chosen flute, clarinet, horn and cello for the 4 solo instruments for the piece. My piece is around 16 minutes in duration and I've called it Shadow Game. The title came quite late on in the process, but really represents a lot of ideas that are happening within the piece, like light and shade, and it's really quite a playful piece on the whole, quite lively. There are sections that are very riff-based, and then the music builds up in layers. There are other sections that are very kind of sensuous and long, lush melodies. So it is a piece of 2 colours, really. It does have the light and the shade and the different angles. The piece took me around 5 months to write. To start with, I was exploring what the solo instruments could do, how they would interact with each other. It's quite a huge task to have 4 soloists on stage and think of ways that you're combining them and showing them off individually as well, and then taking into consideration the orchestra, especially being for a youth orchestra or an amateur orchestra. You have to have some kind of constraint in a way, and just be aware quite carefully of what you're writing so that the parts are playable and accessible to the musicians, but without really compromising your own style, which was a huge challenge. But hopefully I've found somewhere in the middle where the instrumentalists feel comfortable with the music, but also it kind of is a piece that I'm happy with creatively as well.